Welcome back to iBite News. In today's episode, we're going to delve into the often one-sided stories told in history books. We will explore the complexities of the Israel-Palestine conflict, a dispute that has persisted for more than a century and continues to influence the global political sphere. We'll see how every narrative from both sides carries its own significance and validity. Yet oftentimes, the full scope of this intricate dispute remains hidden from us. We'll particularly highlight how the voices of Palestinians have been underrepresented in mainstream narratives. As we move forward, we will discuss how a fresh Gallup poll discloses a rise in sympathy for Palestinians among American adults. Nonetheless, it's not an entirely lopsided development. The support for Israel holds strong, with 68% of Americans still viewing Israel favorably. We'll also share how the rise in sympathy for Palestinians is most noticeable among Democrats, a noteworthy increase from 23% in 2016. Our discussion won't shy away from showing how the Israel-Palestine conflict isn't just black and white, but a multi-layered issue with various narratives. We'll be touching on recent events that have influenced this conflict, so stay tuned as we unravel the intricate tapestry of historical events, political agendas, and human experiences relating to the Israel-Palestine conflict in the following minutes. Rewind to 2021, a year that saw the conflict take new turns. Amidst the turbulence, we find Bahrain's tourism minister expressing hope for a fair resolution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. This sentiment was shared at a travel and tourism conference in Dubai, a gathering that was meant to bring different nations together to discuss tourism amidst the ongoing pandemic. However, the conflict between Israel and Palestine spilled into this conference as well. Israel's tourism minister was scheduled to attend but was swiftly removed from the schedule, a move that highlighted the ongoing tensions and the challenges faced in diplomatic relations. As we delve deeper into the year, we find an interesting development in the corporate world. Mediobanca's CEO secured a new 3-year mandate despite opposition from the bank's largest investor. This move underlines the intricate dance between business and politics, and how the two can often intertwine, especially in matters as complex as the Israel-Palestine conflict. The year 2021 was not just about political maneuvers and corporate decisions, it also saw an increase in violence and unrest. During the Muslim holy month of Ramadan and the Jewish holiday of Passover, tensions escalated, resulting in several violent incidents. An Italian citizen lost his life and others were injured when a car rammed into a group of tourists in Tel Aviv. The driver, a Palestinian citizen of Israel, was shot and killed by the police. 2 British Israeli women were also victims of this violence, shot and killed near the occupied West Bank. These incidents were a grim reminder of the human cost of the conflict, a cost that is often overlooked amidst the political and diplomatic discussions. The violence and unrest of 2021 also brought to light the power of social media in shaping public opinion. Videos of Israeli authorities using force against worshippers at the Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem's Old City further fueled tensions, turning the world's attention to the conflict. As we moved into 2022, the conflict continued to evolve. Fast forward to 2022, a year of promises and hopes, a year that saw the leaders of 2 nations standing shoulder to shoulder as they attempted to light the torch of peace. In the historic city of Bethlehem, a joint statement was issued by Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and U.S. President Joe Biden. The air was filled with a cautious optimism that day. President Biden, true to his reputation, made a solemn pledge. He vowed to continue supporting a fair and just solution to the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The prospect of a 2-state solution, however, seemed like a distant dream. Yet, Biden's words echoed with steadfast determination. He emphasized that the United States would not give up on bringing both sides closer together, even if the conditions for restarting negotiations were not currently favorable. His words were a beacon of hope, a promise of unwavering commitment from a global powerhouse. It was a promise to keep the dialogue open, to keep the conversation going, and to keep the peace process alive. It was a promise to not turn a blind eye to the conflict, but to actively seek resolution and justice. These promises were made in the face of a complex and volatile situation. A situation where peace often seems elusive and where the path to resolution is riddled with political landmines. Yet, the promises stood firm, a testament to the unwavering commitment of the leaders to strive for peace. However, as we all know, promises are only as good as the actions that follow them. And as the year progressed, events took a turn for the worse. Now we find ourselves in 2023 amidst escalating tensions and a shifting narrative. As the year unfurls, the Israel-Palestine conflict continues to be a source of tumult and tragedy. The occasions for celebration and reflection, such as the Muslim holy month of Ramadan and the Jewish holiday of Passover, have been marred by violent incidents, including an attack in Tel Aviv and another near the occupied West Bank. The impact of these events has been felt not just locally, but globally, as the world bears witness to the conflict's heartbreaking consequences. The power of social media has played an instrumental role in this, providing a platform for Palestinians to share their experiences. This has led to a shift in public sentiment, particularly among Americans, pushing the sympathy for Palestinians to an all-time high. This shift, however, is not universal. A significant divide remains, reflecting the broader political landscape. The narrative of the war on terror and the influence of Christian evangelicals maintain the staunch support for Israel among Republicans. Yet, the tides are changing among Democrats, with an increasing number sympathizing with Palestinians. High-profile celebrities, too, have used their platform to voice their support for Palestine, further influencing public opinion. Yet, despite these shifts in sentiment and the growing sympathies for the Palestinian cause, the reality for Palestinians living under Israeli occupation or blockade remains bleak. The changing narrative and public opinion are a cause for celebration for some, but the reality on the ground remains unchanged. The Democratic Party is experiencing some movement towards pro-Palestinian sentiments, but it is not the predominant position within the party. The changes in Democrats' opinions may eventually impact policy decisions. In the face of these events, the conflict remains a divisive issue. Despite the shifting sympathies and the changing narrative, the Israel-Palestine conflict continues to be a source of deep divisions, both within the United States and internationally. As we move forward, it remains to be seen how these shifts in public opinion will translate into tangible action and change. As we've seen, the Israel-Palestine conflict is far from simple. The narrative we've explored today is layered with history, politics, and a multitude of perspectives that all contribute to the complexity of this issue. In 2021, we saw Bahrain's hope for a fair resolution, a sentiment echoed by many across the globe, yet the path to peace remained elusive. This was a year marked by diplomatic tensions, with Israel's tourism minister being removed from a key event schedule, reflecting the challenges that persist in navigating this conflict. Then, 2022 brought promises of continued efforts from US President Joe Biden. He pledged to support a just solution, even when the goal of a two-state solution seemed distant. His commitment to bringing both sides closer together, even in unfavorable conditions, highlighted the importance of persistent dialogue and negotiation. Fast forward to 2023, tensions escalated during religious holidays, leading to unfortunate violent incidents. The influence of social media and high-profile celebrities brought a shift in public opinion, particularly in the United States. Sympathy for Palestinians reached a new high, and the gap in favorability between Israel and Palestine narrowed, yet remained significant. But what does this all mean? It's important to remember that these events, these shifts in public sentiment, are all part of a much larger narrative. This conflict isn't just about land or politics, it's about the people who live these realities every day. It's about their hopes, fears, and their longing for peace. The rise in sympathy for Palestinians, especially among Democrats, might influence future policy decisions. However, we must acknowledge that the reality for Palestinians living under occupation or blockade remains largely unchanged. While the narrative is shifting, the tangible impact on the ground is yet to be seen. As we continue to watch this unfolding narrative, it's crucial to remember that every story has more than one side. It's our responsibility to strive for understanding, to listen to all voices, and to promote dialogue over division. Only then can we hope to contribute to a more peaceful future for all involved in this enduring conflict.